When you're moving to change your life or your circumstances, there will be uncomfortable points. You'll really question everything. Can you really get there? Is this actually going to work? Sometimes we're not sure where we're going yet. And honestly, I don't have the answers. But I do know this. You have to be willing to try. To show up for the reset, to make the bed again, to wash the dishes again, to care for the version of yourself you're becoming even before she arrives. For me, that's minimizing and decluttering. For you, it might be a new job or simply just settling into motherhood. There's no guarantee that change will work the way you hope it will. But what's the alternative? Staying stuck, not trying? I don't know if my home will get there to be minimal, but I know I'm willing to keep showing up for that version of myself who craves simplicity. There's another thing that I've learned in the most recent years. One of the biggest shifts for me lately has been I don't allow myself to complain anymore. Something that I've really learned from my husband mostly. He's gently reminding me again and again that complaining doesn't change anything. So why keep doing? It's not going to change the circumstance. It's not going to change my attitude. And as women, it can become part of how we relate to each other. We vent, we share frustrations. And yeah, sometimes it does help us release that energy, but often it keeps us stuck in selfishness, in comparison, in that woe is me voice that says, my life shouldn't be like this. My complaining was rarely about the actual thing. It was about my expectations not being met. My comparison to someone else's life. My discomfort in not being where I wanted to be yet. It's not easy to change the way that we speak, but it matters because complaining won't move your life forward. If you need to get it out, write it down, cry it out, but ultimately you need to reframe it. Instead of, I have to do the dishes, change it to, I get to clean up after a week of meals that nourished my family. Shift that self to selfless. let's talk about something that's been on my heart and on my mind this week as I put these dishes away. Now, it's something that I wrote down and I shared, and I'll probably just post it here, but I'm going to read some of it from here. It was just really something that I feel we need to talk about. So I wrote, I don't allow myself to complain anymore. This has been a huge learning for me over the past couple of years, and a lot of it is due to my husband. He just kept telling me over and over again that, like, when I complain or when I'm feeling weighed down over like the responsibilities that I have, it doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't get him anywhere. It doesn't change my circumstance. Like, these are the things that I still have to do day to day, week to week. And the point of complaining about them doesn't get us anywhere. Like, why is it that we feel like we have this need to complain? I mean, especially in like women's circles, it can be very negative. And it's not to say that like you can't vent to a friend. Obviously that is important, but will it always change your circumstance? Probably not. Unless you're looking for advice or you have a serious question about something and they need the context to know what's happening. But overall, complaining is about your selfishness. So my complaining was often a result of comparing my situation or my expectations to others and voicing those frustrations as a victim. And always in the context of like, woe is me. Now, it's hard to change those habits, especially around how you talk to yourself, but complaining about them will not change your situation or my situation. And like, if you feel like you need to get it out, my best suggestion is always to just write it down. Especially in like a journal or even on your notes app, or just get those feelings and those words and those phrases out of your head so that you can let them go. And then I always try to reframe my complaints back into a positive, rather than I have to do the dishes to I get to clean up from a week of meals that fed my family. Really change it from like viewing it from yourself to a selfless or service-based act. I think that's just such a powerful thing that we can take, you know, in terms of our homes and taking care of our homes, especially as women, like viewing it from more a service-based heart and like a service-based outlook will help us not feel like we are the victim in our lives. Like, we are serving our homes and our families in our kitchens, in our homes, making sure that things are neat and tidy and running well. I don't know. Maybe you don't have that problem of complaining about things, but maybe you do. And maybe this is an encouragement to you to just reframe those things into a positive. I'm not very good at talking and doing things at the same time. Shift from the self to the selfless, because anything worth having, a home, a dream, a family, a life you're proud of, comes through the sacrifice of the self in service to something greater.